Menstrual cycle. It takes place in female reproductive system. The perfect cycle will complete at 28 days. And it will start at the age of 11 to 13 years and is called the menarche. And it comes to ends at around 48 to 50 years called the menopause. And this will take place in the menarche to the menopause period. And this menstrual cycle comprises of 4 phases. They are menstrual phase, follicular phase, ovulatory phase and luteal phase. So first we can see the menstrual phase. So menstrual phase takes place for about 4 to 5 days and the hormonal changes are the progesterone and the estrogen level get decreased, and in uterus the endometrial lining get breaks. So because of this breaking it will leads to bleeding. So bleeding will take place here, and in ovary the primary follicles are developed inside the ovary. So inside the ovary the primary follicles are developed. So that is the menstrual phase. And next is the follicular phase. This follicular phase here, the primary follicles will start to grow to form the mature Graafian follicle. That will take place for 6th to 13th day. And here the hormonal changes are the follicle stimulating hormone and the estrogen level get increases. And in uterus, the endometrium regenerates. So there we saw the endometrial lining breaks and it leads to bleeding. So their bleeding was stopped and here the endometrial start to regenerate. And next is the ovulatory phase. So in ovulatory phase, the Graafian follicle get rupture and it will release as the egg. And that is known as the ovulation. And it will take place at the 14th day, only one day. And here the hormone changes are the luteinizing hormone will get increases, and in uterus the endometrial thickness will get increased. There we side regenerates. Here the thickness get increases. That is in the ovulatory phase. And next is the luteal phase. Here the Graafian follicles, this Graafian follicle get converted into corpus luteum. That is the ruptured Graafian follicle converted into this corpus luteum. And the egg which was released from this Graafian follicle, if it was fertilized, means in uterus the endometrium will prepared for implantation, and if it was not fertilized means the endometrium will breaks and again the bleeding will starts. And the hormonal changes are the luteinizing hormone and the follicle stimulating hormone will get decreases and the progesterone hormone level get increases, and these are the luteal phase, and it will take place in 15th to 28th day. So these are all the phases of the menstrual cycle, and we saw about the hormonal changes and the changes in ovary and the changes in uterus. We can see what are the changes which happens if fertilization occurs and if fertilization does not occur. So if fertilization occurs means the corpus luteum will remain in the uterus and the progesterone level will keep increasing and the endometrial lining becomes more thick. Endometrial lining means the uterus wall become more thick, and also it will prevent the maturation of another follicle. So if another follicle get mature means egg will form. So it will preventing the maturation of another follicle. And if fertilization does not occur means the corpus luteum will disintegrate, the egg will disintegrate and the endometrial lining will break, and it will leads to the discharge of blood and the mucus. And next we can see the menstrual and napkin hygiene. And every year it was observed that May 28th was the menstrual hygiene day. It is for giving awareness to girls and women about the menstrual hygiene and the importance of menstrual hygiene for the healthy life. So what are the menstrual hygiene? What are the steps that we have to follow? So we should change the sanitary pads regularly to avoid the infections. So to avoid the microbial infections, we should change the sanitary pads regularly. Then we should use warm water to clean the genital area. So we have to clean the genital area with warm water, and also we should wear loose clothes to avoid irritation and also for the free flow of the air. And next is the napkin hygiene. So for napkin hygiene, here the sanitary pads or the tampons should be wrapped properly before discarding. So tampons are the thing which will be like a tube like structure, and here the girls will use this for swimming. So if the girls want to swim, by that time they can use this tampons. So these tampons are the sanitary pads. We should wrap properly before discarding, and we should not flush it in toilets, and used napkins should be disposed properly in incineration. So these are all the menstrual and the napkin hygiene.